Hello guys, welcome back to my channel MahiIT. So today I will be sharing the information on tool called SQL Developer. Okay, so these are some rough point which we will be discussing in this lecture. So yeah, I'm using this tool SQL Developer tool for almost 7 to 8 years now. So in this video I will be explaining all the important points which you should know. Okay, so let's start. So first, what is SQL Developer? So SQL Developer is a tool which will help you to write a SQL queries, which will help you to connect with the database and perform the operations like DDL, DML, data manipulation or table creation and all object creation. So this tool will help you with all the SQL queries writing and executing those. Okay, if you are a student, your teacher might have told you to run the queries on command window. So I will not recommend command prompt because when you will be dealing with the large data, command prompt won't be the good option for that. So I will recommend to if you want to install the SQL Developer, just go for it. It is a free tool provided by the Oracle, and yeah. So, if you want to install, I have created a separate video for that, which I will be putting into the description. Link I will put in the description, so you can go over there and install that. Okay. So let's start with another point. Open a SQL Developer. Once you install, just open it, and first you need to add a connection. Connection means you need to connect with some database. If you have the database, you can connect it directly. If you don't have, you can install it on your local system, and then you can connect to that database. I have a separate video for that too. Okay, so I have installed the database. Let me connect to that. Okay, so you will see a connection window over here. If you don't see, let me just close it. If you don't see connection window, just click on view and there you will see the option connection. So when you click on that, you will see this connection window over here. Okay, from here you can add a connection by clicking on this plus button. Okay, so I have added this connection already. I just let me remove this connection and add it again. Okay, I have removed it and now I will add it the same connection again. So just click on this plus button over here. Let me zoom in it for you if it is not visible. So yeah, so just click on this plus button. You will see this window like this. Okay, here you can give any name you will, whatever you like. So I will like write a HR schema. This can be anything. Okay, then database type will be Oracle. Don't change anything over there. Username you can write HR. Actually, this is a pluggable database which I am connecting to. So when you install the database on your system, this pluggable database won't be open by default. You need to open it first and then you can connect to it. There is a separate video for that too. I will put in all the links related to this video. Okay, how to install the database, how to open the HR schema and all. Okay. Yeah, so while installing the database, I have given the password as HR. So I will type in the password as HR. I will click on the save button so I don't need to give the password again and again. Okay, so role will be default only. When you want to click as a sysdba, you can select the role over here. So I will just keep default as of now. After giving the username and password, you need to give the server details. Okay, so as you can see, I'm connecting to the local database, so my host name will be localhost. But if you are connecting to a database which is residing on any server, then you need to give that server details over here. So as it is a local, I will just give the host name as localhost. Port will be by default 1521 and service name will be ORCLPDB, as it is a pluggable database. Okay. Once that is done, all the information is filled up. I will just test the connection by clicking on this test button. So it is showing the status as success. That means I am successfully able to make a connection with database. Okay, once that is done, I will just click on save button so that connection details will be saved and it will be visible over here. Okay, some people might connect with the TNS file as well. I don't go for that, but I will just show you how to connect with the TNS file. So in connection type, if you click on TNS, it will give you the option for making the connection with TNS file. So whatever configuration you have done in the TNS file, you will be able to see over here, and you can select that connection. Okay, I will just go with the basic. For basic, you don't have to create a TNS file and all. Okay, so we have created a connection and saved it. So let me just connect to it. So whenever you click on connect button, a new editor window will open. I will explain that step by step. Let's just focus on connection window as of now. So whatever connection we have added, you will be able to see over here. I will just click on this plus button to expand. So all the details will be visible. Whatever is there in this schema, all the details will be shown over here. Okay, for example, we'll just expand this table option, and whatever tables are created in this schema, HR schema, that will be visible over here. Okay, so from here you can create the table, you can drop the table, you can alter the tables. For those options you can perform. I won't recommend that. I'll always recommend to write the queries instead of just going with the UI. But just for your information, I will tell you how to do that. Okay, so just let me zoom out. So if you want to create a table using these option provided by the SQL developer, just right click on it, click on new table, write the table name whatever you want to give. Okay, and you can add a column from here. Okay, whatever column number of columns you want to add, you can add it. If you want to keep those columns null, not nullable, not nullable, you can do that from here. Once that is done, you can click on OK, and that table will be created in the schema. Okay, so if you want to alter that table later on, let's say we have created a table employee and we want to make the changes into that. So there are two ways. Let me just close this one. So click on select the employees table, right click on it and click on edit option over here, and you can see these options as well. Okay, what are the columns, table related operation, you if you want to rename that table, or if you want to copy the table and create another table with the same details, you want to drop the table. So all those operation you can perform from here, as well as you can write the queries. Okay, so these are all option which you can explore on your own. Yeah, so this is one option to alter the tables, or simply you can just click on this table and a window will be open where it will show all the details related to that table. For example, column details. Here you will see all the data, constraint, whatever grants it has. Constraints are loading. Grants, indexes, trigger created on that table. Okay, all the details will be visible here. And if you want to make any changes into that, for example, if I want to add one more column into that, I will just click on this edit button over here. Okay, so when I click on this, it will give me an option to make the changes related to the columns. For example, it will show the list of the columns. If you want to add more columns, you can add it from here, or else you can just select the existing columns and make the changes into that. Okay, so constraint also you can change it from here, whether you want to make a column as a primary key or unique key, foreign key, whatever changes you want to do related to the table, you can do it from here. But this is just for your information. I won't recommend. Always go by making the changes by writing the queries. Okay, that's the best option. Let me just close this one. Yeah. So here you will be able to see the tables, all the tables. If you have any views created in the schema, those will be visible here. Similarly, indexes, packages, procedure, functions, whatever you want, whatever DB objects you want to see, those all will be visible here. Okay, and if you are connected with some major main schema, and there are multiple users in that particular schema, you can see all those users over here. other users inside this other user section. Okay, for example, this sys user will have all the accesses. If you want to connect as a sysdba, you can connect to this user. Okay, I won't go for that now. Yeah, so I think that is all for the connection window. Let me just minimize this one. So yeah, these are the options for making the connection, refreshing the connection, adding the filters. If all multiple connections are open, you can just simply click on this and those will be collapsed. Okay. Yeah, that's about the connection window. Let's discuss about the editor window now. Okay, let me zoom in a bit for you. Okay, so yeah, so to open the editor window, there are multiple options. For example, if I just close this editor window, there is no editor window. If I want to open editor window on this HR schema, just right click on this and you will see an option, open SQL worksheet. So if I click on this, editor window will open. Okay, that's the one option for opening the editor window on particular schema. The another option is if you see a button over here, SQL worksheet, you can click on that. It will show all the connection details over here, and in whichever connection you want to open the editor window, you can just simply click on that. For example, HR schema, it will open the new editor window. Like that, you can open editor windows again. Okay, so let me close and just keep only one editor window. Yeah, so yeah, let me write some simple query. For example, so some of you might not be knowing what is HR schema. Okay, HR schema is provided by the Oracle itself, which comes with the predefined tables as I have shown you. I think it has almost six table, three, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. These I have created. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So by default there would be seven tables and on which you can do all your practicing. Okay, but for Oracle 19c, till Oracle 19c, it will comes by default with the database installation. But for 19c and onwards, you have to manually open that HR schema. Okay, by default, it won't you won't be able to log in into HR schema. Okay, you can see the video which I've created on how to open the HR schema and all. Okay. So I'll write a simple query, select star from employees. This one thing, when you keep typing, it will give you an option, suggestions as well. Okay, like this. If you don't know the exact table name, you just type in some characters into that and it will show you the suggestion. If you're not able to see the suggestions, let me just escape this one. So you are now not able to see the suggestion now. So shortcut is press Control plus spacebar. Okay, so it will give you the table name. Yeah, so I'll give semicolon and I will execute. On how to execute the query. Okay, you can select this query and press a shortcut Control plus Enter like this, and the query will be executed. Or else you can click on this green play button. Okay, when you click on this, it will execute the query and it will show you the data. Okay, that's the one way to execute a query. Okay. Uh, Now let's say there are multiple lines you have written, and when there is a large code you may and it is giving error, that time you need to know at what line number you are getting error and all. So you can view that line numbers from here. Okay, just right click on this open section over here. You see this section, right click on that and click on toggle line number. Okay, so you will be able to see the line numbers over here. So if I just remove this, those line number will also gone, and it will keep coming as long as I keep writing the queries and yeah, adding the line. Okay, this will be very helpful while tracking the errors in the code. Okay, yeah. So this is that's on how to execute the single select query. Let me be very particular. This play button will execute only single statement. Okay, let's say I have written select star from employees, and another query I have written as select star from department. Okay, so when I click on this button, it will execute only the selected line. Means wherever is your cursor, if you see this blinking cursor, that query will only be executed. Okay, with this green play button. And if you want to execute all the queries which you have written in this editor window, just click on this another button called run script. Okay, then it will execute all the queries inside this editor window. For example, if I just click on this, in this result query, you will see the data for employees table as well as for department table. Okay, let me just clear this one and close this one. Yeah, so that's the another option. The next option is to explain plan. Okay, let me just remove one query. So when you are doing the performance tuning and all, you need to know how much time and how much cost the current query is taking. To check that, you just select this query and click on explain plan. It will show you the details about that. So cost and cardinality, and you will understand these while working on the performance tuning part. More the cost, the lower the performance would be there. Okay, so if you want to improve the query performance, you just have to keep decreasing the cost and all. Uh, yeah, and then auto trace not required. Tuning is also not that much important. So in this video, I will be explaining the important things. Okay, as I'm using this SQL Developer tool for almost 7 to 8 years. Whatever I'll be explaining, if you know that much only, then you will be good and you don't need to know anything else. Okay, yeah. So the next option is to commit and rollback. Okay, whatever changes DML operation you perform, if you want to save that, you have to click on commit button. And for rolling back, whatever DML operation you perform, if you want to just discard that, just click on rollback option. Okay, you can perform the same by writing the query as well, like commit and rollback. Okay, these operation can be performed by clicking on these two buttons directly. Okay. The next button is to open the private window, unshared SQL worksheet it is called. That means let me just open this one. Okay. So whatever operation DML operation I perform over here in this unshared window, that won't impact the another windows over here. For example, in this unshared window, if I delete one record from employees table and I go back to another SQL worksheet and write a select star from employees command, that deleted operation won't impact here. You will still be able to see that record over here, unless and until you commit that changes in this unshared worksheet. Okay. Yeah, the next option is to clear whatever you have written. You will be able to clear with this option. All the worksheet will be gone. For example, I have written multiple queries like this, and if I just click on this, it will just clear everything. Okay. The next option is to check the history. Okay, when you have written multiple queries, you might have removed that, but you want to execute it again. Just click on that, and it will show the history of your query. Okay. So if you see whatever queries I have executed, that will be visible here. And if I just click on this query, uh, double click, and this will be open here, and you can simply run that again. You don't have to write it again. It will save your time. Okay. The next option is for changing the case of this text. Okay. Whether it is a lower, init, cap, or uppercase, you can change it via here. For like this, you just have to select this text and click on this option. It will keep changing. Okay, let me close this result window. Yeah, The next option over here is to again making a connection. Okay, for example, you have in this SQL worksheet, you are connected to the HR schema. If you want to connect to another schema, you just change it from here as well. Let me just zoom out. So whatever connections you have made, that list will be visible here, and you can change that connection from here. Okay, for example, from jumping from HR schema to my connection, if I just click on that, I will be connected to my another schema now, and when I execute this query, that will be executed on another schema and not the HR schema. Okay, so I'll go back to the HR schema again. Yeah, what else? You can write the queries from here as well. Whatever table you have written related to that query you can write, but don't go for that. I won't recommend for that. So yeah, I think that's all for the editor window. uh, Now let's discuss about the result window, a result section. Okay, just let me execute this query, and whatever this section you are able to see, that will be referred as a result window or result section. Okay, uh, when you execute a query, the result will be shown over here. Yeah, let me take it up for you. Yeah, like this you will be able to see the table details. This is a pin button. Uh, when we click on this window will be frozen over here, and when you re-execute the query, this data will still be there, and the result will be shown in the another window. If you want to go back again into the previous window, you can just change the window. Okay, let me close you and this unpin you. If this is not executed, let me write the separate query so that you will understand more better. Select star from department. Okay, when you want to compare the table employees with the department, if I execute this query, employees table will be gone and you will be able to see the department window. If I execute the employees table again, the department table result will gone and employee table will be shown. So if you want to compare the employees with the department, then you may need to see both the tables simultaneously, right? So what you can do is just execute the employees query. You will see the employees data, just pin that, and now click on the department button. So the result of the department will be shown on the separate result window called queries result one. So if you can go back to the employee table, you can come back to again a department table, so you can switch like this. Okay, so you don't need to keep executing the queries multiple times. So let me close this one and unpin this. Yeah, so once you executed this query and result is visible, you can perform smaller operation like search or sorting. For example, if I double click on this one, this column will be sorted in ascending order. If I double click on this again, it will be sorted on descending order, like that. Okay. You can also add a filters over here. For example, there are hundreds of record of the employees, but I want to see only the employee ID 205. So I will click on this filter and I will type 205 and enter. So only 205 employee details will be shown like here. Okay. If I want to remove that filter, just click on that again and click on remove, all the employees will be shown again. So you can perform those operations on any table. For example, now I'm sorting in the last name column in ascending order. If I double click again, it will show in descending order, like that. Okay, so next option is for printing. If you want to print the result, okay, you can use this option. You can also refresh the keep if you can if some other user has modified the data. If you click on this refresh button, that will be visible here, that changes would be visible here. Okay. uh, this is not important. Okay, what next? Yeah, so if you want to export the result of this one, you can just simply click on any column or any row and right click and click on export. Okay, here you will get the export options. For example, if you want to prepare the insert script for this table, you can give the table name as employees. Okay, and you can select clipboard means it won't save it in any file, it will just copy it to the clipboard. So I have selected clipboard. I will click on next and finish. Now whatever data is there, for all that data insert script would be created. If I just open a new window and paste it there, so you will be able to see all the insert statements are created for whatever data is there. Okay, it will save your time uh, while copying the data from one table to another table. Okay, you can also copy export the result to some Excel file and all. Let me show you how. So this is the employee table. I want to export the data, so click on export. In format I will just select Excel. Okay, data sheet, whatever I want to give, test worksheet name in Excel. Inside Excel I will give test worksheet. Okay, and where do I want to store that Excel sheet? I will select the path over here. So I will just select it on desktop, and I will give name as test export. Okay, and I will save it, and I will click next, finish. So it has exported the data. The data is not much, that's why it is exported immediately. If data is huge, then it will take some time, and you can see the progress over here. But it is already completed now, so let's just go to the desktop and search for that text here. So if I just open this one, you will see all the data from that table is exported to this Excel. This would be easy. This option is useful when you want to share the data with someone over email, or any way whatever way you want to share, you can share it by exporting like this. Okay, yeah, let me just close this one. Sorry, go back to our SQL Developer tool. Yeah, so this is also a useful option. Count rows. You want to see how many rows are there, you can just check it from here. Row count. So there are total 107 employees in this employee table. You can check with the queries again. I always recommend whatever operation you want to perform, just try to perform that with the query, so that it will be good practice and you will have a good hands on the query writing and all. So same number will be shown over here like that. Okay. So I think that's all about the editor window. Uh, Let me just close that one. Yeah, I forgot to tell one more shortcut to open the table details. As I told, you can open the table details by going into this table section and clicking on this one. Also, you can directly open. You don't need to go over here again and search for that table name. If you just have written that table name over here, just press on Control, okay, and click on that table name. Then it will directly open the details of that particular table. Okay, and the same operation which I explained earlier, column changes, data changes, constraint changes, so everything you can perform from here. This window will give you the SQL for creation of that particular table like this. Okay, create table option. It will give all the details in the script format. Okay, let me just close this one. So that's about connection window, editor window, result window, and what all other options are remaining. Yeah, this navigation section. Okay, so these are simple, straightforward options which you will be able to see in any tools, like even in the Microsoft Office, Excel, Windows, WordPad, everything. These are the options. So when you click on new, do you want to add a connection? It will be open like this. Okay, If you have any open, if you have written any files or anyone has shared files, you can open it from here. Just click on open button and select that file, and that list will be visible here. Okay, this is for save, this is for save as, this is for going back and forth. Whatever operation you have performed, that you can go back and forth from this option. And as this option I already have explained, to open the new SQL worksheet for HR schema, I will open a new worksheet with this one. Okay, and this is for searching the DB objects. Okay, like this. If I want to search for the table employees, I will just type the name and I will click on go, and it will show you over here. Okay, like this, whatever DB objects, it is not restricted to any only tables and all. You can search the packages, procedures, indexes, everything you can search with this option. Let me just close that one. Yeah, and this undo redo, you are aware of that option. So this is all about the SQL Developer tool. What else can be shown? Yeah, in this view option, another important thing you might be able to, you might need to know is processes thing. Okay. So when you execute for some query, it might take so long to get executed because of the performance issue or data issue. So you need to check the status of that. Then this option will be helpful. Whatever processes are running, you will be able to see that all processes over here. So you can explore the option, what all options are there in these navigation sections. Okay, so I will just explain the important things, and then tools preferences. Yeah, in this tool option in the preferences section, this can be helpful for you. Okay, so for example, this code editor, if you want to change the font size or its different font, you can select from here. Okay. You want if you want to increase the size, you can increase it from here. I'll just select 24 and you will be able to see the template over here. Okay. Display will give you the different option. Formatting, you can do it from here. Okay. The important part is code template. Okay, for example, let me just close this one. If I want to write a query, I have to type everything like select star from then table name, like that. Okay, right? So you can add a template like select star from. This will be the common thing, right? So you can just add a shortcut for that by adding a template. How can we do that? uh, so go to tools, preferences, code, inside this code editor, click on code templates, and here you can add templates. Okay, I have added this one already. Just let me remove that and I will show you it again. So click on add template. So I will just add shortcut as SF, and what should be executed after, means what should be displayed after typing that shortcut, it we can type it here. So select star from. Okay, this will be the common thing. So I have added that template, so I will click on OK. Now when I if just type SF, the select star from suggestion will be shown to me. Okay, you can take do like this, or just SF and control plus space bar, that whatever shortcut we have added, that will be printed over here. Yeah. So yeah, there will be multiple configuration you can do from this preferences operation option. So you can go around and check what all flexibility it gives related to environment, code editor section, database related things. You don't have to do this on day-to-day basis, but sometimes you just want to change the font, its color, or size and everything. You can do those options from here over here. Okay. Yeah, I think that's it for the SQL Developer 2, all the important things. If you still have any questions, and if you are if you don't know any operation, how to perform that, and if you have any queries on the SQL Developer tools, just let me know in the comment and I will try to answer your questions as early as possible. Okay. That's it for today. Thank you. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.